The air is thick with dread. The night is cloaked in an unsettling darkness where every shadow seems to hide a secret, and every rustle of leaves sends a shiver down your spine. A chill crawls down your spine. It's as if the very atmosphere is alive, whispering warnings that you can't quite understand. You are standing near the Pope Lick Creek. The water flows quietly, but there's an undercurrent of something sinister, something that makes you feel like you're being watched. This isn't just any body of water, it's a place steeped in legend and fear, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and the line between reality and myth blurs. This is the domain of the Goat Man, a figure that has haunted the dreams and waking hours of many, a creature that seems to step out of the darkest corners of the human psyche. He is a creature of legend, a horrifying hybrid of human and beast. His presence is a testament to the power of fear and the unknown, a reminder that some stories are born from the deepest, darkest fears of humanity. His name strikes fear into the hearts of locals. They speak of him in hushed tones, their eyes darting around as if he might appear at any moment. They whisper tales of his gruesome deeds, stories of disappearances, of strange noises in the night, and of encounters that leave people forever changed. They say he haunts the Pope Lick Trestle Bridge. This bridge is not just a structure, it's a gateway to terror, a place where the Goat Man's legend comes to life. This massive structure of wood and steel casts an imposing shadow. It looms over the landscape, a silent sentinel that has witnessed countless eerie events. It stands as a monument to fear. Each plank and bolt seems to hold a story, each creak and groan a whisper of the past. The Goat Man is real, at least that's what the stories say. And in a place like this, it's hard not to believe them. And he is waiting for the next soul to wander too close, to fall into his trap. The old Trestle Bridge is a terrifying place. It's a place where the past and present collide, where the air is thick with the weight of untold stories. It stretches high above the creek bed. From this height, the world below seems distant and unreal, a mere backdrop to the unfolding drama. The wood creaks under the weight of unseen things. Each step you take feels like a step into another world, a world where the Goat Man reigns supreme. The air hums with a strange energy. It's as if the very fabric of reality is thinner here, as if the Goat Man's presence warps the world around him. People say the Goat Man lures his victims onto the bridge. He uses tricks, he uses deception, he preys on their fears and their curiosity, drawing them in with promises of answers and adventure. He wants them to meet a gruesome end. This is his territory, a place where the rules of the ordinary world don't apply, where he is the master and all who enter are at his mercy. His legend is etched into every board and every rusty bolt. The bridge itself seems to pulse with his malevolent energy, a living testament to his power, and tonight we dare to explore it. We step into the unknown, into the heart of the legend, to see if the stories are true, to see if the Goat Man is real, to face our fears and perhaps to find something more than just a story. The origin of the Goat Man is shrouded in darkness. Some say he was once a human. He was a farmer who lived a simple life, but greed poisoned his heart. He yearned for power. He made a deal with the devil himself. The pact promised him unimaginable strength, but the price was his humanity. The farmer underwent a terrifying transformation. His flesh twisted, bones cracked and reformed, horns sprouted from his skull. He became a twisted mockery of both man and beast. The Goat Man was born. The devil had claimed his due. The Goat Man, consumed by rage and despair, fled to the shadows. He found refuge beneath the Pope Lick Trestle Bridge. It became his hunting ground. Imagine the most horrifying creature you can. Now amplify that terror tenfold. You're getting close to the sheer terror of the Goat Man. He is a grotesque fusion of human and animal. His eyes burn with an infernal fire. They reflect pure, primal rage. His skin is a patchwork of coarse fur and rotting flesh. Sharp horns like those of a ram protrude from his skull. They are weapons, capable of impaling a man in a single thrust. His teeth are jagged and yellowed. They look more at home in the mouth of a wolf. But the most terrifying feature of all is his eyes. They burn with an unholy light. They seem to see into your very soul. To look into the Goat Man's eyes is to know true fear. Section 4. A Bridge to Nowhere. The Treacherous Trestle. The Pope Lick Trestle Bridge is more than just a structure. It's a character in this nightmare. It's a massive wooden frame held together by aging bolts and time itself. It spans a deep, rocky ravine. The creek rushes below, its waters dark and unforgiving. The bridge is a relic of a bygone era. It seems out of place in the modern world. The wood is rotting in places. The metal is rusted and weak. The bridge groans under its own weight. Walking across it is a terrifying experience. The wind howls through the gaps in the planks. The entire structure sways precariously. It feels like it could collapse at any moment. But the true danger lies not in the bridge's instability, but in its resident evil. Section 5. Deadly deception, lured to their doom. The Pope Lick Trestle Bridge, shrouded in darkness and mystery, has long been a site of eerie tales and tragic endings. The bridge, with its towering structure and ominous presence, becomes a stage for a sinister play orchestrated by a malevolent entity. The Goat Man is a master of deception. This creature, half man, half goat, lurks in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. His cunning and intelligence make him a formidable foe, one who uses the art of deception to ensnare his victims. He uses a variety of tricks to lure his victims to their deaths. Each tactic is carefully crafted to exploit the vulnerabilities of those who wander too close to his domain. The Goat Man's methods are as varied as they are deadly, ensuring that no two encounters are ever the same. One of his most common tactics is mimicry. This ability allows him to replicate sounds with uncanny accuracy, creating an auditory illusion that is almost impossible to distinguish from reality. He can perfectly imitate the sounds of a crying baby. The heart-wrenching cries echo through the night, pulling at the heartstrings of anyone within earshot. The sound is so convincing that even the most skeptical individuals find themselves compelled to investigate. He can sound like a woman in distress, calling for help. The desperate pleas for assistance are designed to trigger an instinctive response in those who hear them. The cries for help are so authentic that they leave little room for doubt, driving people to act without hesitation. Curious hikers, their hearts filled with good intentions, approach the bridge. They are drawn by the sounds of distress, their minds racing with thoughts of someone in need. The desire to help overrides their sense of caution, leading them closer to danger. They hope to offer aid. Their intentions are pure, driven by a sense of duty and compassion. They believe they are about to perform a good deed, unaware of the peril that awaits them. They stumble right into his trap. The Goatman's deception is flawless, and the hikers are ensnared before they even realize the danger. The bridge, once a symbol of their good intentions, becomes a prison from which there is no escape. He also possesses a hypnotic gaze. This gaze is not just a simple stare, it is a powerful tool of manipulation that can bend the will of even the strongest individuals. He can lock eyes with his victims from afar. The moment their eyes meet, a connection is formed, one that the victims cannot break. The Goatman's gaze penetrates their minds, filling them with a sense of dread and inevitability. They are powerless to resist. The hypnotic power of his gaze strips them of their free will, leaving them as mere puppets in his hands. They are compelled to follow his silent commands, unable to fight the overwhelming urge to obey. They feel an overwhelming urge to walk towards the bridge. Each step they take is driven by an unseen force, pulling them closer to their doom. The bridge, once a distant structure, now looms large in their vision, a beacon of their impending fate. They are drawn to their doom like moths to a flame. The closer they get, the stronger the pull becomes until they are standing on the bridge, teetering on the edge of oblivion. Once on the bridge, the Goatman reveals himself. Panic sets in. The victims are trapped. Their fate is sealed. The realization of their mistake comes too late, and the Goatman's true form is a sight of pure terror. The bridge, now a stage for their final moments, echoes with their cries of despair as the Goatman claims yet another victim. Section 6. A Night of Terror, the 2016 tragedy. The year was 2016. It was a year filled with many memorable moments, especially in the world of sports. Cricket fans were on the edge of their seats, celebrating victories and enduring defeats. Amidst the excitement and fervor of the cricket season, a young couple, seeking adventure and a break from the mundane, stumbled upon the legend of the Goatman. This legend, whispered in hushed tones, spoke of a creature that haunted the old trestle bridge on the outskirts of town. Intrigued and eager to test the boundaries of their fear, they decided to visit the bridge. The Trestle Bridge, with its eerie and abandoned look, had always been a place of mystery and dread. It was said that those who ventured there at night never returned the same. As they approached the bridge, a sense of foreboding washed over them. It was a decision they would come to regret deeply. The night was still, with only the distant sounds of crickets chirping adding to the eerie atmosphere. As they walked the length of the bridge, they felt a presence. The air grew cold and a thick mist began to form around them. The once clear path was now shrouded in an unsettling fog. Suddenly, they heard a noise, a faint scratching sound coming from the woods below. It was as if something, or someone, was trying to claw its way out of the darkness. Without warning, a blood-curdling scream pierced the night. It was a sound so terrifying that it seemed to freeze time itself. The couple turned, their blood running cold. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they scanned the darkness for the source of the scream. There, standing on the tracks behind them, was the Goat Man. His figure was illuminated by the pale moonlight, casting long, menacing shadows. His eyes blazed with an unholy light, a fiery glow that seemed to pierce through the very soul. The legends had not done justice to the terror of his presence. His horns were lowered in a threat display, ready to charge at any moment. The couple could feel the malevolence emanating from him, a palpable force that made it hard to breathe. The couple froze, paralyzed by fear. The Goat Man charged with a speed and ferocity that was otherworldly. In their panic, they scrambled to the edge of the bridge, hoping to find a way to escape. In their desperate attempt to flee, they lost their footing. The old, rotting wood of the bridge gave way under their weight, and they plummeted into the darkness below. They fell to their deaths in the rocky creek bed below, their screams echoing in the night. The legend of the Goat Man had claimed yet another pair of victims, adding to the chilling tales that surrounded the Trestle Bridge. The next morning, the town was abuzz with the news of the tragedy. The once lively cricket field now seemed somber, as if mourning the loss of the young couple. The legend of the Goat Man continued to haunt the town, a grim reminder of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. The story of the 2016 tragedy serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that some legends are rooted in truth and that curiosity can sometimes lead to dire consequences. The Trestle Bridge remains a place of fear and mystery, a testament to the night of terror that claimed 2 innocent lives.